Hello, this is day one of applying trigonometry. So now that we know about the ratios and how to label like a right triangle, how do we actually use it? One way is to find a missing side length of a right triangle. Now when we do these problems, you'll see that you are given the measurement of one angle. And each triangle is going to be a right triangle, and that's really important. All right, and then we are given one side length and we're looking for another side length. So the first thing we're going to do, on the bottom here, or somewhere on your piece of paper, write SOHCAHTOA. This will help you be able to figure it out. Right? Oscar had a heap of apples, Sally carried them. So I see the angle, it's 21, and then in relationship to that, I'm going to label these two sides that they give us, the one that I'm looking for and the one that has the number. So in relationship to this angle, this side is the hypotenuse. This is the adjacent side because it's next to. It's next to the given angle and one of the sides that make up that angle. And the other side is the hypotenuse. All right, so this is A and H. So looking here, right, which one is AH? Well, AH is here, right? Adjacent for hypotenuse, and that goes with cosine. So I'm going to use cosine. So that's the function I'm going to use. Cosine of 21 degrees equals adjacent, which is 19, over x. And it's whatever that ratio is, adjacent over hypotenuse. And then we're just going to solve for this. Now you can use cross multiplication. So we take this and you're just going to go that way, and that gets multiplied. Always put the x or the number in front of the trig function. Don't put it in the back. It'll confuse your calculators if you don't close the parentheses. So that's just a good habit. And then you're going to multiply this way. Anytime you're doing with a 1, of course, just 1 times that number, which will be 19. Now, once you get to here, we're going to, because this is connected by multiplication and its inverse is division. Okay, now this will really depend on your calculator and the keystrokes that you're going to type in. So we've talked about that. So, and I'm going to do approximate because we're going to get a decimal. So my calculator actually types out the word cosine. So I'm going to hit 19 divided by, and I'm going to hit cosine 21. You can close the parentheses or not. And I have equals. And then hit equals, and I have 20.3518 centimeters. Now, if you have a calculator that you do not see the words, you would type in, okay, I have a calculator. It's solar, so give me a moment. Okay, I would type, so this is if you don't see the word cosine, and then you have to type the number first. And when I say the number, I just mean the angle. So I would hit, for this, I would 19 divided by 21 cosine, and then equals. Okay, and I also get the same answer. So there you are with that one. Let's do some more. All right, first thing, write the abbreviation. Again, just good practice. You do need to memorize this. You will use this in the future of your math career. Okay, So I'm looking here, I'm looking at my angle, looking at the sides. So this is across, so this is your opposite, and this is the adjacent. And I'm only going to label the two sides that have a number or a variable. I'm not going to do this side because it's going to confuse me if I have write that letter too. Because here I'm just looking for these two, O and A. So I'm going to go down here. Which one has OA together? That's OH, nope. AH, nope. OA, right. So it's TOA, which is tangent. So tangent of your angle equals, so this time the O comes first, so that's the X. And then the adjacent, which is 4, goes on the bottom. So this ratio determines how I write my equation, right? This time we're putting 1 underneath. We're just cross multiplying this way, X, and then here. Again, the 4, you're going to want to write it in front. Don't write it behind. Trust me, good habits. You're like, what if I don't, Miss Mendoza? Okay, because this will what your calculator will get, like this. Because it won't have the degree symbol, and I'll just type in 524, and it'll say tangent of 524, and that's not what you want. You want 4 times tangent of 52. So again, please put the number in front. Okay. All right, for my calculator, that has 4 tangent 52 equals. This is approximately 51198. No units, but I know this is a side length. Okay, for the other type of calculator, I put 4 times 52 tangent, and you have to hit equals. Okay. If you don't hit equals, your answer will just be tangent 52. So it's 5.1198. All right, next one. Okay, here that is. All right, this is opposite the 90. This is the hypotenuse. This is opposite OH. So OH is this one. So sine of the angle equals O over H. Okay. And the reason why I put the 30 on top is O over H. It over here, it doesn't say H over O, it says O over H. So it's O, which is 30 over X. Cross multiplying again. Okay. Goes this way. Equals 30. Dividing. Okay, so this will be approximately 31.0583. And that is a side length. Cool, right? So this is how we use trig. Using our ratios, looking at the diagram, and to write an equation. So let's apply it in one more way. Okay, find the area of the rectangle to the nearest 10th square inch. Right. Well, what do I know? Well, I know that the area of a rectangle is base times height. Do I have the base? Nope. Do I have a height? Nope. Okay. What am I given? Let's see. I'm given the diagonal. I wonder why we're given the diagonal. And I'm also given an acute angle, and I know this triangle is a right triangle. So is there anything I can use about a right triangle? Well, the Pythagorean theorem, that's not going to work because I'm going to need 2 sides, and I don't have that. But if I'm given an angle, and it's not a special right triangle, it's not 30, 60, 90, it's not 45, 45, 90, so that means I can't use those two, but I can use trigonometry. Right? So if you're given an angle, it's a right triangle, and you're given at least in one side, you can use trigonometry. Now, because I need both the base and the height, right? I need this and that. I'm going to have to use it twice. So I'm going to write two separate trig equations for that. Yep, writing it every time. If you write it down 4 or 5 times in a day, you'll remember it. You memorize it. All right. So I'm going to find x first. And I'm actually going to label it opposite. And this is going to be adjacent, and this is hypotenuse. All right. So I'm just going to do the opposite first with the hypotenuse. So that's sine. So sine of 26 equals x over 10. That's going to be x equals 10 over or times sine 26. Now, because I'm rounding to the 10th, I'm actually going to round this one more. I'm going to have more decimals. If you only round to the 10th, it's not as accurate. So you always want more decimal in that middle step. And since we're used to 4 decimal places, I'm going to just round 4, because hey, why not? More decimals, more accuracy. Okay. Now I'm going to find this one, which is AH. AH, that's over here, that's cosine. So the cosine of 26, same angle, is going to equal y over 10, right? Cross multiplying. Okay, so y is approximately 8.9879. And then to find the area, I'm going to multiply them together. So I have approximately 39.4 units square. So we're looking for the area. That's what it's asking for, but we use trig to find the base and the height. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.